So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl, Engineer Lynette, and welcome to this video. Uh, I know this is a very controversial topic and most of you are gonna be like, you know, yeah, you already have a big butt and that's why maybe you're discouraging people from wanting to have a big round but or just a sizable. But there's a girl who said it's not good to be fat, which is actually true. You should be thick in the right places. Like if you are thick at the butt region, it's actually good. If you're slim in the thigh region, let me just remove this thing. If you're thin in the thigh region, that's actually something good. If you don't have a tummy, it doesn't mean like you have a flat stomach, but you don't have a big tummy. And if you have small tits, so it kind of gives you the hourglass figure or a size 8 figure, right? So today I'm gonna talk about the disadvantages of having a big butt, and this is from my own personal experience. It's not something I've seen from other people. It's not something I've seen on the internet and here, like, talking about having a big butt. I saw this girl on TikTok saying that she wants money and a big butt, and I was like, you might really want to consider the big butt, the part where you're saying the big butt. This is what most people don't tell you, but when you have a big butt, number one, you're going to get unnecessary attention, which is literally sometimes not good attention, and this attention comes from both genders. So there are ladies who will be looking at you and be mesmerized, they will like the way you look, and there are men who will be wanting to SA you anytime. You'll just be hearing whispers on the streets. You know how men are like pss, pss, like those kinds of things. Okay, it has happened to me so many times, and when you ignore this man, they turn ballistic. They start shouting, howling insults at you. And yeah, that has happened to me quite some time. It has even happened recently when I was going to an exam. It was a whole mess. It was a whole thing. Like, I was in a hurry. I didn't want to entertain any person with any interest. And yeah, he started insulting me and all that kind of stuff. So that is like number one thing. You're gonna get like unwanted attention, in moments where you just want to be yourself. You're just walking and maybe somebody is just mesmerized by the way it's shaking and they start embarrassing you. And what's worse is when small kids start joining in on embarrassing. You know how kids can be brutally honest, and me, they even call me kanono. That auntie kanono. Oh my god, it's a whole thing. That's not even the worst part. Like, for me the worst part is when I go to the toilet and when I want to wipe myself. You're supposed to wipe yourself this way, right? Like this way, but now I have to go this way because now the my behind is so big. Sometimes you go that way and you've not scooped it all, and then you have some poop remaining, and then if you don't have extra tissue, it's gonna be a disaster. You know what I'm talking about, right? And then another thing is, even if you manage to do it the right way, you might get some on your hands, and if you're not near a sink, it might really get messy. It's not really a good thing. So for me, the reason I'm even talking here, it has been happening to me, and for the longest I've been worried about, like, what if I have a boyfriend and they realize that maybe sometimes I don't wipe my butt really well, carefully. It's just a whole thing. I don't know. I don't know. If you're wanting to get a big butt, I just will suggest to get yourself in shape. Yeah, just get thick in the right places, okay? Just get thick in the right places. Like, don't get like a big butt, the Veracide kind of butt. I have that kind of butt, and I know it is very difficult. For me, it is, I've managed to get used to the attention on the streets. But now this one, the toilet one, is something very personal. Iyo nayo, my friend, iyo, there's no escaping that. People with big butts will tell you, Mimi, I used like a tissue, one tissue 2 days, or one tissue 1.5 days. You can imagine one tissue, one roll of tissue, I use it for 1.5 days or 2 days, which means for 10 rolls of tissue I can use it for 10 days or 15 days. That's how it is. And you know, right now tissues are very expensive. It's not the times where you will get tissues worth 20 shillings. If you want the really good quality ones, they're expensive. They're like 500 shillings and above. Okay, sorry for that. So that has been a big challenge. And then the other challenge is, you know, when you're like washing your pant and then you like do this and you look at the size of your pant and you're like, is this really me? Like today morning I was washing my pants and I just lifted one up like this and I was like, no, this can't be true, this is not me, this is not how big my butt is. It was like the pant is so huge. Sometimes when you go and hang it upstairs the rooftop, you have to hide it inside your towel so that nobody starts wondering, oh, who is this big person who has this size of underpants. You know, you can turn into a meme. You know, you'll be sitting down and seeing your pants everywhere. Now people are using you as a, you know, as a description, and that is really really bad. So those are some of the disadvantages. If you think I'm just saying this because I already have a big butt, let me just say, let me warn you, that small thing you have on your behind, stick to that. Stick to that. Huh? Stay, be grateful for what you have. Those little melons on your chest, be grateful for them. Because if you go to our world here, we really struggle. That's what I usually struggle with. Even when I'm fitting my clothes, I have to consider the size of my butt, because if my butt looks a certain kind of way, then the clothing might be good, but my butt just makes it look really really awful. Okay, and over the recent years I've been growing and growing. You can't compare me even with you can't compare the present me to the 1 year ago me. I don't know if I'm making sense. Okay, me, provided my point has been driven home, I don't care. My English nowadays is like not great. I am a learned person. I got a B in English. I'm doing electrical engineering, guys. So please, do not mind my English. I am mending my English. So these are some of the reasons. Like, if you have a big butt and you know this is a problem for you, drop it down in the comments below, because I want to hear, like, are we together in this, or am I the only one struggling here? Okay, so that's it, guys. That's gonna do it for me today. If you're seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, please consider subscribing. If you've been watching without subscribing, please consider subscribing. It is really really a huge deal for me. If you subscribe, it really means a lot for me. If you like, it means a lot for me, guys. And having said that, see you in the next video, and peace.